I'm going to try to be really quick about this, but I feel like I need to share something that is on my mind. And this also, how it pertains to autism, is because it has to do with the way I feel with regard to churches and autism. I think that churches many times don't get it. And what I mean by that is that sometimes, autism is called a spectrum, and it's called a spectrum for a reason. It's because, for instance, I have autism, and the way my autism presents would be different than the way somebody else's autism presents. Just like Tourette's also has different ways that it presents. Well, I think churches largely misunderstand it, and sometimes instead of trying to understand it, instead what they end up doing is they just throw people out. Plain and simple. Except there isn't really anything plain and simple about it. Because here's the thing. Autism is one of their special needs, and special needs is something that, even though not explicitly worded that way, it qualifies under what Jesus referred to as the least of these. In Matthew 25, there's a section header called the Final Judgment, and it starts with verse 31 and goes to the end of the chapter through verse 46. And I'm going to read that real quick, and then I'm going to tell you my interpretation, my understanding of it. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. Before him will be gathered all the nations, and he will separate people from one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And he will place the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me." Then he will say to those on his left, "Depart from me, you cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me." Then they will answer, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister to you?" Then he will answer them, saying, "Truly I say to you, as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me." And these will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. You know, those words are kind of sobering in a way, because it says basically that if you fail to minister to any one of the least of these, that you have failed Jesus. So, to those churches out there who, rather than trying to understand autism, you just say, "You know what? They have meltdowns. We don't like it. Bye." I am going to admonish you, because that is just very arrogant and very wrong. A church that is not inclusive of everybody, a church that does not include special needs individuals, really isn't much of a church. There's a song by Casting Crowns called "Until the Whole World Hears." Too often, churches focus on ministry to people in foreign countries and people in remote parts of the United States or in remote parts of cities. While right there in their own backyard, they have people who are hurting, people who are special needs individuals and families of special needs individuals who have basically given up hope because they've been rejected by too many churches who fail to try to understand. And right now I want to ask that anyone watching this just be praying for me. Pray that I do not end up giving up that hope. And pray that my friend and I can be restored. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be where I am now, able to communicate this effectively. I finally started having hope, and then I got burned because the church failed to understand and refused to even listen to me or even to care. And it hurts. I need a miracle, and that miracle right now would be for my friend and I to be restored and reunited sooner than later. At any rate, though, I just wanted to... I felt like I should address the issue because this is a global issue among churches. Not one church over another. It has been many, many churches that fail to understand. And I'm starting to lose hope. So, just pray. If you believe in prayer, pray. Pray that our churches will embrace people with special needs. The tide is changing. And it's time to take it on. Bye.